Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from theshrinkingpastor.com.
Together, the three of us, we're back.
Yeah.
we're Mark Woodman's Breakfast Club. We've been a little lackadaisical a couple weeks in the last 4, but we're back. Hi, boy.
Hi. We haven't been anywhere. I mean, we've been lots of places. I've been traveling. We said hi from Myrtle Beach.
True.
From the pipe shop there and taken a little bit of a hiatus.
We told them that we weren't going to have a video last week. We said that in our video.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, what did we say last week?
Nothing.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, last week you were in Denver. But that's okay. Because you know that we're here, and we know that we're here, and we know that you're there. So
it happens.
Glad to see you again.
You know what? It hasn't happened often. We have put out, on average, a weekly video for the last several years, and we're glad that you guys are along for the ride. So today, I've got a little blind taste test for Boy. He doesn't know what he has in these 2 pipes.
I'm not certain that I didn't just flip those.
It doesn't matter. I know which is which.
Cool.
What I have here is 2 Lady Godiva pipes, which is our name for the Pony Express pipe, but an unfinished Pony Express. So since it is an unfinished Pony Express, naked, it is Lady Godiva. I have in each of these pipes a different tobacco, and I know which is which, and I'll share with all of you as soon as he has tried these. You can smoke those in any order that you like. I happen to have both of these tobaccos here, so you pick up the one you're going to smoke first. That'll tell me which pipe I'm going to pick up. Decide quickly. Okay. So I'm gonna continue to smoke the pipe that I was smoking when Seth arrived, and we'll see how this goes. Also, I've got a bit of a yabo, but it's not for me; it's for Boy. So I got you a yabo, I got you a yabo, I got you a yabo. Hey, 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 hey! And if you don't know, a yabo is YouTube pipe community talk for yet another box opening. And yes, you could say it's a package, but you know what? It's a yabo.
I think it's a bit of a bag.
It is a bag. So anyway,
so we are back on the back patio, which isn't usually a smoker's haven, though it has been this summer for us, in part because it's sometimes just easier to set up camera here than it is to get to the shop. The other reason is this at least has a little bit of a breeze. The shop windows only open so far, and the fan only does so much. But just so you guys know exactly how lazy we're feeling this evening, these, I didn't even know where this came from, but this is our pipe tamper tonight.
This magnetic parts tray, which happens to have some screws in it.
And it works just fine. You know, a little pokey, but it works just fine.
That should go onto your tamper blog.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
right.
So what Boy is opening here is a package from Zazzle, and as you will see shortly, well, I'll explain it as soon as he opens it. Oh, really? The camera's going to not do this any justice. Mm-hmm. We got such terrible light out here tonight. Let me see if I can add some light on this subject.
Woo, that's bright!
Look at that neon green, and looky what it says.
Nice.
DIGHSX Industries, a subsidiary of DIGHSS Global Defense Systems.
Awesome.
YouTube.com/DIGHSX. So Jay posted these for sale, I know through Patreon, or to his Patreon supporters. I believe it's a wide open Zazzle account. I think anybody can order these, but I saw this and immediately thought, this is the kind of shirt I want Seth to wear.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You're right. It looks like banana yellow on the video. This is neon.
It's like safety yellow or orange.
Yeah, this is nobody is running into me tonight.
Another way of supporting our buddy Jay, and I love his logo. I've loved that ever since he introduced it several months ago, and so I thought this would be cool. I own a lot of t-shirts. I always wear a t-shirt All right?
Yeah.
Under my shirt, but I never really wear just a t-shirt. So
Yeah.
I would have gotten it for myself, but then no one would have seen it. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
That's awesome.
You're welcome. So there's a reason for this taste test that I'm asking Seth to do here today, and since you probably will be doing some talking here, why don't you smoke for a minute? See what you think of that. You don't need to.
Am I going to be doing some talking?
I would think so.
Okay.
I would think so. We've been awfully busy. I just got back from spending a week in Denver, visiting with my family, visiting with my sister. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that my sister's sick and is undergoing yet another chemo. There should be an acronym for that.
Yeah.
Yet another chemo treatment, and it's bad. I mean, she's got a situation that was caused by malpractice, and she's fighting. She's never smoked a day in her life, and she's dealing with tumors in her lungs. Well, I say lungs. They took one out a little over a year ago, and they took a lobe from the remaining lung, and they're working on trying to kill off a tumor that's in that remaining lung. And it's just a sad, sad situation that didn't have to happen.
As well as tumors in legs.
And yeah, tumors
elsewhere.
in other parts of the body, again, as a result of this doctor's malpractice. So, not a fun trip from that standpoint, but always fun to get together. I have 4 sisters. 2 of them live in Denver, and I got to see their families, hang out with some nieces and nephews and brother-in-law. And my parents also live in the Denver area. So that was a lot of fun for me to get to spend some time with them. But that came immediately on the heels of our trip to South Carolina, which came immediately on the heels of my trip to Cincinnati, which was right after my trip to Toronto. So
Yeah.
I've mentioned this in a couple of videos now because that's what's been going on in my life. But it's been go, go, go. Last night I got to sleep in my waterbed. No, that felt so good. Felt so good to be home.
Yeah.
So, anyway, why don't you go ahead and switch
All right.
pipes?
I'll switch.
Because I want to switch pipes.
Okay.
So, let's talk about this.
Okay. We can do that. So, we were talking about on the heels of me finishing the Dale Carnegie class. That has been kind of front and center on my mind a bit. And we were talking about something completely unrelated to that, just an interpersonal communication issue, and how easy it can be, especially in text, for miscommunication to occur. And so, as we were talking about a communication. There was a communication study done in the 70s with numbers that have been widely spread, widely published for the amount of communication that takes place non-verbally, that takes place based off of tone, and that takes place based off of the actual words that you say. And this study found that 7% of your words is all of that the communication that occurs. Well, I did a little bit of study after we had a conversation.
7% of the communication is your words?
Yeah, so the majority, 55% is body language and nonverbal cues. 38% is tone of voice, leaving only 7% for your words. So we communicate more with our actions, with our tone of voice, our rate of speech, what our eyes are doing, all of these things, than we do with the actual words that we say. However, as I was doing a little bit of follow-up to that conversation, discovered that study specifically was looking at situations where people were being deceptive, and where their words were not matching their behaviors, and so it doesn't apply universally. But regardless, the conversation led to another set of training. This is not Dale Carnegie. This is not related to any of the things that I've talked about before. When I was working at the plumbing company, we had a consultant come in, and he was talking about how the way that someone perceives things to be is their reality, and we need to, instead of trying to change their reality, we need to try to understand it. and how easy it is for our words to be misunderstood. And so take a look at this phrase, 7 words, while I light up this pipe.
I talked about how we could put this text on the screen, and Seth said, so who's this we we're talking about? Because he does the editing, and so there you go. There's the text on the screen. So what did that say? It said,
well,
can I read it?
Yeah. Yes.
It says, I didn't say he beat his wife. Now, it could also say, I didn't say he beat his wife. It could say, I didn't say he beat his wife. It could say, I didn't say he beat his wife. I didn't say he beat his wife. I didn't say he beat his wife. I mean, depending upon where you put the emphasis, which word that you emphasize, completely changes the story of what this is saying.
Right, and so, you can interpret pretty quickly. If the emphasis is I didn't say he beat his wife, well, that means someone else said he beat his wife, right? I didn't say it. I didn't say he beat his wife, but I said something else, right? And so all the way down, I didn't say he beat his wife, I just implied it. And so the meaning changes, and yet when you see these words, they seem so simple. Because immediately you are reading whatever your inflection is and tonality is into these words. And so you might take a meaning out of 7 words, a small, simple sentence, that I didn't mean at all. I may have been meaning to emphasize this word, and you read an emphasis here. And so it's amazing how easy it is for communication to just fall to pieces, especially in YouTube comments, or Facebook statuses, or emails, or text messages. It's one of the reasons why emojis and hashtags have become popular, is it adds an extra layer of context. Right? If I say something sarcastic, and then I put a winky face, right?
Or crying my eyes out, right?
Right. It adds another layer of context, but we communicate not only with our words, but with how we say those words, and how the words we don't say, how we don't say some words. And so, I think, going back to some of the Dale Carnegie training, I think the safest position when we are responding to written communication is to always assume the best intention, right? Always assume that what they meant was the very best inflection out of the words that are available, because that will temper the way that you respond back to them. And if they meant it differently, so what? It doesn't matter that much. And so in this particular situation, as we were talking about it, it was clear that I was a little upset, and I said, well, okay, but maybe this person was trying to communicate a completely different idea, a completely different way, and they didn't do a great job.
Right. I wish you would die, as opposed to I wish you would die.
I heard this is going a little bit into the deep end of nerdy English stuff, but I heard somebody talking, I think it was at the Dale Carnegie class. They're talking about how some people will argue that there's no such thing as synonyms. As synonyms.
Oh, I love synonym roles.
Right. So synonyms are words, by definition, they're words that are different words that have the same meaning, or the same denotation, supposedly the same connotation. But if you think about it, pick any 2 words that are the same, that are synonyms, and put them in a context, they're different. They mean...
That's why they exist as separate
They mean
words.
different things, yeah.
Yes, of course.
They mean different things. And so, picking the right word in a sentence will completely change the meaning.
There was a little bit of a conversation going on in among the comments on a video that someone was commenting about thumbs down, and I've always just thought, just to myself, little mental game, this person is from a foreign country where a downward facing thumb means something positive. Okay, as they were supposedly originally meant to be. Kind of. Well, not meant to be. They say that in Rome, they used to thumbs down was to let them live. Thumbs up was go ahead and kill that dude, to the gladiators. And that being a positive thing is actually not what it meant for the victim of the gladiator. But anyway.
I think I know what the taste test was.
Oh, you think?
I'm going to take a stab at it.
Take it.
Is this pre and post canned 1Q?
Yes.
This is the post canned 1Q. This is fresh 1Q.
Just the opposite.
Really?
Just the opposite. Yeah.
1Q loses. Candy 1Q. This is strong. This is a better flavor.
The canned 1Q?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, the first one was 5-year-old 1Q. I thought after we did that maybe we didn't give it a fair shake because we hadn't really tested our taste buds on the real thing versus the age thing. Yeah, actually,
do you agree?
I do. Actually, the aged 1Q is not bad.
It's more aromatic. It's a sweeter flavor. This new 1Q feels much more mellow.
Bit interesting.
Yeah, that's not at all what we thought 4 weeks ago.
Crazy, and I thought that, you know what, let's give it another try, and that's what I did. So, brand new, fresh 1Q versus 5-year-old 1Q. Our new opinion is
canning works, maybe.
It doesn't hurt it. It doesn't hurt it.
No,
you know,
it definitely doesn't hurt it.
That was a concern of mine. That, man, did I waste 5 years and a bunch of money on 1Q that is no longer any good?
Where'd you get that?
What, this?
The new stuff. Yeah,
I bought it while I was in Denver.
Okay.
So
it even looks different
than what's in the jar.
Yeah.
I think that's mostly jar.
Yeah,
is the difference. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I'd smell this jar.
Yeah, jar smells.
And it may
great.
also be.
Let me smell the bag.
It may also be an object of that particular jar because I freshly opened this. Hey,
yeah, that smells. That smells more mellow, but you can see there's a color difference too.
Yeah, this is
darker.
It's a little more golden. Yeah. So.
That's interesting. Initially, when I realized it, I thought maybe it's a little bit of contrast coming into play, but no, I think this is more aromatic. The canned is.
One of the things that Boy and I have been talking about wanting to do on this channel is a little more experimenting with tobacco, because I've been smoking forever. Boy has smoked sporadically. We've tasted a lot of different tobaccos, but we've not been very scientific about it.
Right.
And so our plan in the coming months, and who knows how long, is to do some experimenting together with you. And again, our mileage will vary. What appeals to me does not necessarily appeal to Boy and may not appeal to you, but we're hoping to kind of narrow down and take some notes on what it is that we really like.
Well, I think part of that is getting, starting the basic. Like, so what is a good basic cut of Burley or Virginia or whatever, just a single tobacco? What's that taste like? Okay, now what is that going to taste like mixed in with something else? Okay, so and kind of just figuring out what are the flavors that are coming through. We're terrible at that, and I'm not promising to get any better. Because I'm terrible at that with other things too. Yeah. I either enjoy it or I don't. But we're gonna try.
Yeah, could be fun. We invite you to come along with us, and if nothing else, it'll give us something to talk about that's pipe related as we do our videos. So, anyway, kind of a weird episode, but we just wanted to talk about a few things. I wanted to give Boy the shirt, And I just really felt like that 1Q needed one more taste test in front of you, and you saw it.
That's funny.
You saw it here. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks for joining us. Leave a comment. What do you want to say, boy?
I don't know.
Did you say that you beat his wife?
I don't know. Has this blind taste test changed your opinion of canning and storing aromatics? Yes or no?
Okay,
Let us know.
it did us. All right, make it a great week.
See ya.